Shalom, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. This is Akawasap. Today's lesson is entitled, Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. And Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. And as always, the sit downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel of the Most High to use the gospel preached. And Shabbat, Shalom, and Ashar, Kadash, Kadash, not Quadash, Kadash. Kadash meaning new, in referencing the new moon. So today is a new moon and a Sabbath, all right? And today is also a high holy day. Today is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, all right? And that's why I got the shower par here, or the ram's horn, all right? And we use the ram's horn to call the people. Now, there was different sounds of the trumpet when you blew them. You know, some sounds were alarm of war, some was to gather the people, some was to alert the king when someone's coming in, and so on and so forth. Now, today, all right, we're blowing the trumpet in the form of prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great and the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Israel, which will be ruled by our Lord Yahushua in the earth. All right. Now, let me see if I can get something real quick. Let me see, Numbers 13, maybe 14, spies in the land. All right, let me see. If I can't find it, then we're going to move on. This is kind of an impromptu precept because I really want to just get into Joel. Okay, so it's the spirit. So Numbers 10, all right, we're just going to go into real quick on how, we blew trumpets to call the people. So, it's a part of our culture. This is Numbers 10 and 1. It says, And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly and for the journeying of the camps. So we had trumpets to call the assembly, right? It says, And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but one trumpet, then the princes, which are the heads of the house of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. So if one trumpet blew, then the princes just came. And when you blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forth. So certain sounds meant certain things. And when you blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journeys. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. All right, once again, we blew trumpets, and certain sounds meant certain things. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations. And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that will oppress you, then ye shall blow an alarm with trumpets. And that's what we're doing. We're in the land of our captivity being oppressed, and we are blowing an alarm with trumpets, meaning we out there lifting up our voice like a trumpet, and we're prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great and the ushering in of the kingdom of Israel. And ye shall be remembered before Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, your power, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. So now, when we go to Joel, it says this, Joel 2 and 1, Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. So as we're out teaching and preaching and bringing out this gospel in all righteousness and sincerity, that is similar to us blowing the trumpet. This is Isaiah 58 and 1, Cry aloud, spare not. That's what we do when we out there on the highways and the byways. We're not sparing feelings. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and shew my people their transgressions, in the house of Jacob their sins. So we're in a position of judging. We're telling people where they're going off at. We're judging people about, their behavior and how they need to change it. All right. So back in Joel, I'm starting from the top, 2:1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, because these alarms of wars for the Israelites to prepare and get ready." It says, "And sound an alarm in my holy mountain, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And that's the message that we come out with. All right. And they have entitled it "The Terrible Visitation." So as we out there standing upon our feet in great boldness before the face of those that made no account of our labors, we're talking about the Lord cometh. It says, "A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the alike, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." This is talking about the ICBM missiles and the destruction that's going to bring. "A fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burning." And this links up with what is written here in Revelation 9, right? Because these ICBM missiles, these intercontinental ballistic missiles that will be shot during World War III, in the mouths of these missiles is where power is going to be issued forth. All right. This is Revelation 9. I'm going to just run through it real quick. That's the spirit, the sixth trumpet. 13, "The sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High." All right. Just like we had a golden altar in that removable tent that Moses set up, it's just like that in the heavens, because Moses fashioned it according to the image that he had seen. All right. "Saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men." That's talking about the Edomites. You got three classifications of men. You got sons of the wicked, sons of man, which are the Israelites, and then you have sons of men, which is the nation. So the third part, which is Esau, is going to receive this destruction. All right, he is the son of perdition, son of destruction. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000 or 200 million. And this is talking about the missiles. "And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and of brimstone. And the heads were the heads of Slaki, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issue fire and brimstone." So before these missiles, all right, as it says here in Joel 2:3, "A fire devour before them." That's talking about the mouth of the missile, or the opening of the missile. They call it the nose cone. And behind the nose cone, you have the warheads, which do the damage. And with them, they do hurt. Okay. It says, "In the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions," talking about the warheads, "and out of their mouths issue fire and brimstone." Fire and smoke and brimstone. So before these missiles, a flame devoured before them, and behind them a flame burning. Talking about that rocket propelled engine that thrusts or propels these missiles to their location. The land, talking about Babylon the Great, is as the Garden of Eden before them, meaning it's going to be, the regular vibration. I mean, it is going to be trouble, because when the Lord Yahweh Shai come, it speaks about the Son of Man cometh to bring fire on the earth, and what will he if it already be kindled? So it's going to be all kind of shit going on, but it's going to be, the normal vibration, so to speak, right? And behind them a desolate wilderness. So they coming to make this land desolate. And Esau judgment is desolation as well. When you go to Jeremiah 50, right? And I went into this the other day, and Esau has entitled it "Prophesy Against Babylon." And this is talking about Babylon the Great. Now, when you read into the chapter, all right, it says this. Right here. 11, Jeremiah 50:11. "Because ye were glad, because ye rejoice, O ye destroyers of my heritage." That starts off with Esau, right? I'm going to precept this real quick with Revelation 11. just to link it up real quick, because these nations, they rejoiced at our fall. Revelation 11, get to the point. Revelation 11 and 9, and they are the people and kindreds and tongues and nations, these heathens, starting off with Esau, shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half. So for a time period of 350 years, these nations saw the Israelite in this dead state without the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, getting heavily oppressed, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. They ain't gonna help us. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and send gifts to one another. So these nations, they was rejoicing at our downfall, because these two prophets that tormented them that dwell upon the earth. Verse 11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life entered into them from the Most High. That was in 1970. The spirit of truth came by a man named Abba Bivens, which we believe that was the John the Baptist or Elijah that was foretold to come. And that's when this truth started, making way here in Babylon. And they stood on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. All right. And you can link this up with Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones, and the spirit entering into those dry bones, and they stood on their feet in a great exceeding army. So now when we go here back to Jeremiah 15:11, it says, because you were glad and rejoiced, these nations rejoice, O ye destroyers of my heritage, because ye have grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. When you grow fat, that's talking about you rich, you got substance, you're able to eat, you know what I mean? So these nations, they got rich and they rejoiced over us. Your mother shall be sore confounded, because America was birthed out of Britain. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Talking about America, which is Babylon the Great. It's going to get destroyed. So when we read this in Joel 2 and 3, it says, a fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them desolate wilderness. After these missiles do their job, it's going to be a desolation here. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. All right. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. So they're going to be traveling quick, just like we read in Revelation. All right. 9. It likened unto these missiles unto horsemen, because they full of power. It says, like the noise of the chariots on the tops of the mountains, so shall they leap. And when these missiles make when these missiles get launched and they make their way to their destination, it's like they're leaping. Let's see if we can get quick visuals real quick here on YouTube. The way these missiles take off, it's like they're leaping. ICBM launch. Right? Let's see. Let's play this short real quick. This is Russian Satan 2 missile. Oof. They leaping. That's a sword right there.
The RS-28 Sarmat is a Russian intercontinental range hypersonic liquid.
That's the sword of the Lord. That's the arrow of the Lord. Okay, and it's going to be shot from one end of the earth to the other. Joel 2 and 5, like the noise of chariots on the tops of the mountains, so shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that burneth the stubble, as a strong people set in the battle array. So what Joel is doing, he's being poetic. All right, he's using similitudes, he's using allegories, he's using parables to explain what he was seeing. All right, just like that short that we saw with that ICBM missile launch. But for their face, they shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. Faces talking about the facade or the surface is going to bring destruction. Blackness. They shall run like mighty men, because these missiles, they have what they call missile guided technology. They running quick. Let's see how fast they run real quick on Google. ICBM speed. These missiles is like mighty men. You see what they say right there, 15,000 miles per hour. They're mighty. And these lessons is for the elect, the remnant, the Israel, the Most High. Joel 2:7, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. Because with these missiles, as I was mentioning, they have the missile guided technology so they can, dodge certain things. They can dodge missile defense systems. They can, they got certain sensors where they can avoid certain obstacles. All right. And those are visuals on how the ICBM missile make its arrival to its destination. Certain components and parts break off, and then what does the damage is the warhead. Slovakia. I was looking at this. It says missile defense interceptor basics, and that's beautiful because we finna go straight into that. All right. Here in Joel, it goes into how when they fall upon a sword, they shall not be wounded. So when these missiles get shot, Esau is going to be trying to use this missile defense system to shoot these missiles out the air. But these missiles, they are mighty expert men. All right. None shall return in vain. Each missile that gets shot, they come in to do damage. They not finna get shot out the air because the spirit of the Lord is going to be in these missiles. Joel 2:7 from the top, it says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. They're not going to malfunction. They're not going to break. They're not going to collide with each other. This is the judgment of the highest. Neither shall one thrust another. They're not going to be hitting each other in the air. They shall walk everyone in his path. That's why they liken unto men of war. When these Chinese people come out and do their little military march, let's get some visuals. It's always good to get these visuals so you can see what Spirit is saying to the churches. Let's see, Chinese military march. This is how these missiles coming. Videos. Let's get images. Let's go. Like that. These missiles is coming over here like that. A gang of them. Remember in Revelation 9, it said 200,000. So these missiles, they're going to be like men of war, mighty men. And they're going to be flying in the heavens, coming steadfastly into Babylon. And when these missiles come, they're going to be blocking out the sun, moon, and the stars. The scriptures call it the dark day of the Lord. And they're going to fall with violence upon this place. It's like a millstone being dropped on this place. It says, Joel 2:8, neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall on the sword, they shall not be wounded. And that's talking about this missile defense system. And as you see with these visuals, you have an ICBM missile making its arrival to its destination, and then you have this missile defense system. They call it S-400s. Let's look up the S-400s. It's a missile defense system that Russia was supplying, their allies. So I'm sure America got something like that. S-400 missile system. Defense. S-400 missile defense system. Let's see, what does that say? Yeah, so you see it over here. Russia's S-400 advanced air defense system is designed to shoot down aircraft and missiles at long ranges and high altitudes. However, in Ukraine, Moscow has deployed its S-400s to intercept U.S.-made HIMARS rockets and to bombard Ukrainian cities. So America has this too, all right? And when these missiles get shot over here, they're going to be trying to shoot them out. They're going to be trying to shoot them. But as it says in the prophecies, in Joel 2:8 in the middle, and when they fall on the sword, they shall not be wounded. All right. They shall run to and fro in the city. They're going to be flying from over here to over there, going this way, that way. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. They coming to besiege this place. They finna overwhelm this place. They coming in on every direction. They coming in every ways. They hitting cities. They hitting walls. They hitting houses. They coming in here like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. So when these missiles hit, all right, they're going to cause that mushroom cloud. All right, it's going to darken out the sun, moon, and the stars. And when these missiles hit, it's going to be a great earthquake. Let's get a precept over here. Isaiah 24. It's all over the scripts how these missiles is coming to do major damage to America. And look what Esau titled it, Judgment on the Earth. And that's facts. Wherefore, let's see, let's go down a little bit. Yeah. Man. Isaiah 24:18, and this shall come to pass whenever you come across this phrase, it's talking about prophecy, that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into a pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, the ozone layer and the foundations of the earth do quake. So you ain't gonna be able to escape this judgment. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly, because when these missiles hit, it's going to change up the whole architecture of the earth. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. That's that great earthquake. It shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Talking about Babylon. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, the elites, the noble ones, Isaiah 13, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, the leaders, Yahweh shall coming to take the crowns, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. We're going to round them up, the elites. We're going to arrest them and shall be shut up in prison, and after many days they shall be visited. We're going to be whooping their ass. Yahweh Shai said it in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, that which ye have, hold fast till I come. And if you endure unto the end, I will give you a scepter, and ye shall beat the nations in pieces, roughly paraphrasing. Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when Yahweh of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and for his ancients gloriously. All right, so back in Joel 2:10, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army. Most High Spirit is going to be in these missiles. For his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide in it? So that's the judgment that's coming. That's a part of that trumpet that we blowing in Zion, that the Lord is finna make this terrible visitation and judge terribly the inhabitants of the earth. All right, that's not written in the book of life. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that, Lord willing. It was edifying. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwaf on the comment board. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, Brakatham, Wa, Shabbat Shalom, Salaki. So I'm gonna leave it at that, Lord willing. It was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom, Akim. Stay strong.